Can you write it down, the values what you got? I'm not calculating, okay? I'm just asking you to calculate. Then I will just solve based on whatever value you got. It should be 0.90 something, because if you are intelligent, if you, this one is already given here. If x is equal to 6, your value is this one actually. So you should get this value. Try to calculate. It should be 0.909277, something like that, because this is the value for 6. If you have complicated equations, so when you will calculate in your calculator, make sure you put proper bracketing. Okay, bracketing is very important. Okay, 0.909. Hey, sorry, 9092771. Then f of x2, please. Just change the value of x. If you already program in your calculator, change the value of 6 with 9. Okay, negative. How about others? Okay, 9366. Then this one. You can see that one is positive, one is negative. It means the initial guess is correct, right? 6 and 9, positive and negative. Okay, so this is 0.17805. Now the error. So when you do the bisection method, so error is what? New minus old divided by new. In this case, new we have, right? This is the new actually, 7.5. But the old we have 2, okay? So that's why we choose this one or this one. We cannot decide. So what we do, we just keep it blank. Or if you don't want, you can actually choose any of it, okay? So most of the time we put blank. Next. Now, this is the main part, okay? So this is the thing that you need to understand. We have 6 or 9. The basic is we need to replace 6 or 9 by 7.5. So which one we will replace, 6 or 9? How you will decide? In order to decide that, you have to go to the functional value. Okay, so we have positive. You focus on the new value. New value means you have got the x mid, so you just focus here. So this is positive. So this positive means it will replace the positive functional value. You will not use the old positive functional value. Okay, so it means, so x1 should replace by x mid. So what we will do, x1, it means x1 in this case, sorry if you confused, I put it like x1 and x2. So x1 should be replaced by x mid, so it should be 7.5, and then should be 9. Then average is how much? Is 8.25, and this one f of x1. So f of, in this case, x1 is 7.5. So we can just borrow this one, right? This is same 0.17805. 9 we already have because it's the same, right? Because 0 point, so no need to calculate again and again. So it's the same. Now just you need to calculate for function value 8.25. Can you calculate? Should we fix the decimal point or not? Yeah, you just put the decimal point, 4 decimal points, okay? So sorry, so you can want 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to put like 3. Oh, because I'm just writing this one. When you will write, you just put the 4 decimal points, okay? Should be okay. And it will be mentioned. Okay, so how much? You say minus, right? 0.33135. Right. So now you get the error. So error will be new. New will be which one? 8.5, 8.25. So 8.25 minus old. Old means, which one is the old? 9 we already have before, right? So old is this one. You have to consider the recent value. So 7.5. That's why I put in the video the shifted value, the recently shifted value that you got, you need to put that one. So 8.25 minus 7.5 divided by 8.25 multiplied by 100. So your error is 9.0909, something like that. So I'm putting it in percentage, okay? So you have to continue until what? According to this problem, yeah, the error is 5%, so you still need to continue. Let's do it again. Now, again, you need to replace 7.5 or 9 by 8.5. So which one you will replace? It depends on this value, x mid, function on x mid, okay? So this one is, yeah, 9. So this one is negative. So you need to replace the previous negative. So it means x2, you need to replace x2 by x mid. So in this case, we just replace 8.25. And this one should be same, right? We cannot replace all. So one I need to replace, another will be okay. So this one, how much? 7.5 plus 8.25 divided by 2 is 7.875. So this one, f of x1 is the same, so just I write it down, 17805. And this one should be 8.5.33135. X mean how much? Okay, 0.0647. This one how much? This one will be new one, 7.875 minus which one? 8.25 divided by 7.75. It will be how much? 4.76, I think. 76. Don't put minus, okay? Because we are considering absolute value. 761. So it's already less than 5. It means you need to stop here, and your answer will be, well, this is the answer, okay? This is your answer. And your functional value is this one, okay? Okay, any problem? So you have to write x root is equal to 7.875. So as I said, like just you can see only 3 steps, right? You can write the iteration number 0, 1, 2. Error is x new minus x1 or x2. Oh, so not x1 and x2. You need to decide the latest shifted value, in this case, shifted value, because you don't, sometimes you have x1, sometimes you have x2. It depends. Okay, so shifted value in this case is 8.75, but before that is x2, but before the shifted value was 7.5, that was x1. So you cannot fix x1 or x2. You have to decide. Okay, so done. Okay, bisection method already done. I go to the next method. So we use the same problem with which method they say. Sorry. There's another one. He said like once you got x, calculate y. So you already got x. So y should be in this case x tan theta. Okay. If you got x, y should be this h x is actually y. So y should be x tan theta. Tan theta is y by x. So y will be x tan theta. Just put the value of theta, x you already got. Next, okay, I go to the next one. We use the second method. So Newton-Raphson method, I will explain later on. Just be finished with the second method. So in this case, second method, you know that in order to start the second method, we need 2 initial guesses. Right. So we prepare the table first. So for second method, what we need, if you remember, we need x1, x2. function of x1, function of x2, then x new, then error. What we need x1, x2, f of x1, because we don't have any derivative term in this case. We have f of x2, then we have x new, then we have error. Okay, let's start. So we have what? Yeah, sorry. You have to start with 6 and 7. So 6 and 7. We start with 6 and 7. Okay, and what are the values of this already given? Okay, so you no need to calculate. Sometimes we help the students. So 6 you already know, right? 0.9093. How much it was that? 909277. Okay, 909277. And for 7 also values are given. But not always is not given. Okay, 0.464392. 0.464392. Okay, 0.464392. Then they calculate x new. X new will be what? So you know the method, you know the formula. So x new will be x old. Okay, or I can say that, okay, just write it down. X new will be, or I can write, yeah, x new will be x2 minus, so you can see the order, I plus 1, I, and I minus 1. So if you consider the new is 3, so x3 will be x2, okay, minus f of x2, write it down, then x1 minus x2 divided by f of x1 minus f of x2. I'm saying again, x new or x3, whatever you can say, x3 will be x2 minus f of x2 multiplied by f of multiplied by x1 minus x2 divided by function of x1 minus function of x2. If you write those already, the equations, so let me know what is the new value. Please calculate. Please calculate x new and let me know. Are you calculating? Why it takes long time? Is it problem? Any problem? What is this? 4.8 point? Which one? 4 point or 8 point? Yeah, oh, okay. 8.0 438, you mean, right? So error will be straightforward. X new uh, 0438 minus 7 divided by 8.0438. So error will be 12.9764. This one we consider x2 here. Let me cross check how they consider. 1 minute. I think it's right. Yeah, you want to say anything? So in this case, we consider x3 and x2. Okay, we consider x3 and x2. So as I said, you can x new or x3, 1, 2, 3. Just you can consider in this way. And you need to remember x3 is actually x new. So x3 minus x2 divided by x3. And next one will be, you need to delete the x1 from your memory. So your x2, which one they replace first? x2 will come here, okay, and the position x3 will take the position of x2. That's the way. 0438. Okay, now calculate. So f of this one you already know, 0.464392. This one should be this one we don't know yet, so calculate this one. Yes, you want to say anything? So this one will be here. So we have this, which equation is right one? I mean, which equation means what? This equation, page number 29 or 30? This is same equation. Why you feel is not correct? Oh, is it not correct? Okay, I see. Just I will check. New will be x1 minus x. Okay. Oh, you mean that this one? Sorry. It's same. Why you feel is different? This one xi minus 1 minus xi. This one xi x minus 1. If you take common on the top and the bottom is same. What is the big deal? Okay. I think it's correct. X3 will be x2. Yeah. The function is okay. F of x1 and the function. Yeah, it's same. If you take common, page x2 minus. Yeah, so that's why I said you can also see the lower part. This, if this is x1, this is x1 minus x2. So f of x1 minus f of x2. And in this case, x1 minus x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1 is same. If you take common minus and minus, is same. It will not affect your result. You should understand this one. It's not changing the only upper part. Yeah. So it's changing also the lower part. So it depends on you which one you want. Okay. Okay. So we can continue the calculation. So f of x2, can you calculate? Just put the value here inside the equation. It's just looking for different. Yeah. Upper part and lower part same. Okay. Sorry. 0 point. You stick with any particular one. Okay. Okay. The next three. yeah, 7.75019. So now your error will be 7.75019 minus x3 minus x2, 8.0438 divided by 7.75019. So in this case, error is 3.788. Okay. So let's stop. Just check the condition. How long we should continue? Where is the problem? Things. Close it. Oh, here. Oh, yeah. So this one is okay. You can see the tolerance is 5%, right? So tolerance is 5% means you can see the tolerance is already crossing the limit. So here, only 2 iterations you can get the solution, and your result will be x new. Okay. So you can see you already have the result. So in bisection is 7.875. In this case, your result is 7.75019. Of course, it's a little bit different, but you can see that the second method is very, very fast. Only 2 iterations you already got. And you see the reduction rate of the error is from 12 to directly 3. So it's very, very fast. Clear? Yeah. So these things you need to write some comments, okay? See, compare B and C and compare on your findings. So you need to write these kinds of and this is more accurate. So which one is more accurate? Sorry, which one is depending on the error? In this case, error is 0.7. So second method is more accurate, and you can reach the criteria very faster. Okay. Is there any problem? Second method, bisection method finished? Yes. You want to say anything? For second method, in note the first iteration, no error. Which page? So we need to do the error here. Second method, no error. Where? Here. We have error. Where? We also have error. Which part? This way. Which slide? The left table. This slide, doctor. Okay. Oh no. This one aside. Don't be confused. So they put it different way. Here is the error. Here is the error. 63. This one is different. Okay. So that's why I asked to prepare the table separately. What I said now, follow just what I said now. Okay, that's why I'm taking the class. But in my video, I showed that. I don't know why they put like separately, because they didn't put the X new here. So that's not the right way. Maybe in order to make the students understand, because these slides are prepared to teach in the class, not online. Okay, so it's prepared differently. So in the class, we can ask the students to calculate, then we show the result, something like that. So just focus whatever I have said here. Okay. Yeah, then wait, what do you want to say? Sorry. So may I know the question? Open container. For that question, fx, should we use the derivative equation or first surface equation? I already mentioned this one. Maybe you join later on. You have to consider the derivative for the surface problem, because it said that. Oh yeah, this one, right? So in this case, they said like use the bisection method to find h of the container that minimizes the surface area. It means you need to consider what condition is minimizing the surface area. You need to consider S prime. This means that you have to find out the value of H for which your S prime is 0. If I say in mathematically in different way, so you should be find out the value of H using bisection method for which your S prime or S derivative with respect to H is equal to 0. Okay, it depends. You cannot memorize, okay, I need to differentiate, I don't need to differentiate. It depends on the problem. And as at this level, you should understand like what is the condition for minimizing the surface area. Sometimes we put some condition, like as I said, the basket needs to go to the goal. Sometimes we need to understand what the question demands from you. So you can try that one, okay? If you try that one, then you can send it to me, then I can check. Okay. So now I go to Newton-Raphson. Newton-Raphson, which one we should choose? Any problem? I go to the many problems. Last one. Is there any second bisection second? This one? Yeah, we just consider this one. Newton-Raphson. So as I said, you have whatever it is, I don't mind. So you have Z1, Z2, just go to the equations. Okay, just read the values here. So using the Newton-Raphson method, determine the ratio, determine the frequency omega for, you have to find out the omega for which your Z1 by Z2 is equal to 0.6. That's straightforward. Okay. And remember that in the numerical method, when you have sine, cosine, tan, so we normally change the calculator to radian mode. Okay, so depends on, sometimes you have to calculate in radian mode, sometimes you have to calculate in degree mode. So you have to be careful about it. So in near future, maybe I will describe more on that. Okay. Anyway, so we solved this problem. This one is easy. Can you solve it by yourself? Okay. So if you can't, so we just use this one, right? So if you simplify this one, what you will get? Prepare the equation first. So in this case, your expression will be just square it. So 0.6 square will be equal to, right, C omega square plus K square, whatever it is, just write it down. And in this case, simplify. Your C is 1200, your M is 200, and what else? Sorry. What else we have? K 20,000. So K 20,000, C already there, M already given. So only unknown is omega. So just prepare the table, and then your function will be this one, right? So this, you put the square is okay. So this, there will be no root, that will be minus 0.6 square is equal to 0. So this is your expression, 0.6. Okay. So let's do the Newton-Raphson method. So in this case, you need the derivative. There's the difficulties, okay? And you have ax, then what you have. So in the Newton-Raphson method, we need only one case, right? F of x, f prime x, and then you have x new and error. So we have x1, we have f of x1, then we will have f prime, I mean the derivative, right? And x1, and then we have x new, and we have error. So in this case, you already know the function. In this case, your function is how it looks. If I just write it down from here, something C omega square plus K square divided by k minus m omega square plus c omega whole square. Right, c omega square k square. Okay, this one minus 0.6 square should be 0. Now this is the function, so you have to consider the derivative of the function. So derivative in this case, this is a function of omega, should be 0. So you need to consider the derivative of this function. So it's up your task. Okay, you need to know dd x of u by v. Okay, you can do it, or you can also know derivative of uv, whatever you like. You need to use this expression. Is your task. Okay, because in this case the upper part and lower part both are the function of omega. There is omega here, there is omega here. So derivative of u by v or derivative of uv, get the value, how you can calculate derivative of the product. Okay, so this one is actually, you can write in this way. Just give you an example. U by v, you can write u and you can consider v minus 1. Then apply the formula u ddx of this one plus v ddx of u. But this one is v means here minus. Then use the formula, get the derivative, and then you need to find out what is the function for this is equal to what. Okay, so this is your task. So that's why we say that for Newton-Raphson method is difficult. Okay, I mean we consider we have much thing to do. You need to go do the derivative. So I left this one for you. Okay, and I just explain because it takes time. You just need to learn. So in this case, we start with x1. In this case, omega. Okay, so you can write x. You can write omega 1 is up to you. We start with 32. Okay, so we start with 32 and then get the value of f of x1, whatever you will get. Okay, and f prime. After you get the f prime, you need to substitute the omega 32 in that expression, and you will get x nu. X nu will be x1 minus f of x1 divided by f prime x1. Okay, please do it by yourself. The difficulty is the derivative, and error will be your x nu, straightforward. Okay, divided by x1. Sorry, x nu minus x1 divided by x nu. Okay. So sometimes the expression is easy, sometimes is you need to apply the formula. So whenever you apply or using the numerical method, you need to have the basic idea. Okay, how you can differentiate or differentiation of any particular tan or ln or whatever it is. You might get complicated or mixed equation. Okay, then you have to simplify it. Is it okay? Any questions? Please try to solve this one and let me know. And post in the WhatsApp group, okay, so that others can see. And you can also see if others are posting and the same results. So you will see your result is okay. Please spend some time, okay. And incremental search method is straightforward, so don't need to worry about that. But mainly we focus on these three. But again, I'm not saying don't study that method, but mainly we focus on bisection, Newton-Raphson, and second. Newton-Raphson bisection and second method is good to use. Problem in case of Newton-Raphson method, normally if you have complicated functions, you must have the derivative. Okay, so that's the difficulties. But you must need put some effort to get the derivative. Then it's okay. Any question? You want to explain? You want me to explain any particular thing now? Otherwise, I will end my lecture. Okay, so I already saw these three. Yeah, please carry on. What do you want to ask? Anything you want to say? Yeah, could you explain again? Oh, about bisection. Oh, why you joined late? About the X. About the X. Bisection. X means what? Here. Okay. So for an example, you have, okay, I'm explaining again. So bisection method, you have to start with two assumption, right? Or pre-assumed value. So for an example, is already given 6 and 9. So X mid will be the average value 6 plus 9 divided by 2. And then f of x1 will be just, if you have a function, put the value of x1, you will get f of x1. And in the same function, if you put the value of x2, you will get this value. And just continue for x mid, you will get this value. Okay, so normally in case of bisection method, the first step, the error is x new. That is, okay, we have x new will be this mid 7.5 minus old. So which one we will choose, x1 or x2? We can't decide because there is no straightforward formula here. Because sometimes we need to replace x, sometimes we need to replace x2 or x1 by x mid. So it's not definite. You replace x1 or x2. Like in second method, we have the definite answer. We will replace the x1 by x2, and x2 will be replaced by x new. That is the definite thing. So we can calculate. Okay, but here we don't have this definite thing that you replace x1 or x2 every time with x mid. Sometimes we need to replace x1, sometimes we need to replace x2 by x mid. It depends on the functional value. I don't know how do we know? Okay. Okay, so how do we know means it's okay. So which one you need to replace? So I will explain. I already explained. Maybe you don't join later. So in this case, you have to decide based on the functional value. Sorry. In this case, the f of function, I mean the functional, not value, the sign of the functional value. So this one is positive, f of x1 is positive, f of x2 is negative. That's good because we know that you need to assume two values such that your value, the functional value must be in opposite sign. If this one minus, this one should be positive. If this one is negative or positive, this one should be negative. So it's okay. So this one, we have these three values, right? Positive, negative, positive. So you focus on this part, the new part, okay? So because your functional value for x mid. So you focus here, and if you find that this is positive, you must replace the previous positive with the new positive. In this case, your previous positive for x1, it means you have to replace the x1 by x mid. So I'm saying that we have to decide by using the sign. If you got any new positive, so this new positive should replace the old positive functional value. And how we can do that? We can do that by replacing x1 by x mid. Okay, so we are replacing x1 by x mid. So we are using 7.5, not 6.5. And we will continue with x2 because we just replace x1 or x2. So we just decide, okay, we will replace this one, so other will be continued. And then done. Okay, so that's done. Then you just continue x mid. Again, you do f of x1. In this case, f of x1 is 7.5. Again, f of x2 it should be 9. It should be 9. And then this is the new one. In this case, you got negative. Again, you decide, okay, it's negative. So, okay, before continuing that, you need to calculate the error. So error will be x new. It means 8.25 minus which one? The replaced value or the shifted value. So shifted value was what? 7.5. So 8.25 minus 7.5 divided by 8.25. That will be your error, 9.0909. Okay. So if you finish this iteration, you must calculate the error. Okay. Otherwise, your iteration is not finished. Most of the time, I found that they just calculate this one and continue. But how long you will continue? You need to calculate error and decide whether I should continue or not. So this is the way we complete one iteration. So this one is not less than 5. So requirement was less than 5. Okay. So then we continue. And in this case, what we found that, again, this one we have the negative value. So negative value must replace the previous negative value. Okay. The negative value must replace the previous negative value. It means that you will replace this time x2 by x mid. So we replace x2 by x mid 8.25, and x1 will be continued 7.5. So we have the x mid, and we have these two values, three values calculated, and you calculate the error this time should be 7.875 minus the shifted value. Which one we shift? 8.25, right? We shift here. So 7.875 minus 8.25 divided by 7.875. And you need to consider absolute error. So you cannot put negative. This is also possible that sometimes I found that students put negative. That will drag your mark down. Okay, so it's absolute error. So we focus on the absolute value. There should be no negative value here. So you can see it's 4.75, 761, it means less than 5. So we stop here, and your result will be this one. You need to write x root is this. Is it okay? For the Newton-Raphson equation, how hard will be the equation? No, not that much hard. Will it be a lot of trigonometry? No. We know, we understand how far you can go. So we also think about the time limit that is given for you for the solution. Okay, so don't worry. Not that complicated equation. We expect the students to solve it. Okay, we don't want you to stuck in using the giving some weird things. No weird things. Just make sure you know the basic things. Okay, then you do the simple derivative. Okay. So we don't want the students to start and we give any complicated equation. We try to judge you just whether, for an example, the surface problem, we put the minimized values. Sometimes we put some different types of units. Be careful. Okay, you need to read first, understand, and make sure you understand properly. That will be enough. Any questions? So please solve this one, okay? Solve and share with your friends. I will also check from the WhatsApp. No need to send me personally, okay? Just send in the WhatsApp group so that the students who didn't understand, so you can help your friends also, okay? Okay, so still you think you can get it? Oh, okay, anyway, if you still have problem, let me know. No problem. So needs some practice. Of course, you need to practice at least 2, 3, 4 problems. I already the snapshot the books, right? Please go through those things, okay? If you feel it's complicated, let me know. Some problems are lengthy, okay? That's okay. Some equations are only for make sure like how the if his equation is very complicated, actually that will be given to you. Do you have more examples? Examples you can search in the internet. You can go to the YouTube. More examples means you just solve these problems. If you solve all this form, if you have problems like this, solve these 3. Have you solved this one? This one you solve all. Should be okay for you. You need to understand the thing. Okay, I can. The more example I will give, you will not get the things common in the class. It means you need to use your basic things. Okay. So you can see the test, these are different, but sometimes the test is okay. Is sometimes you need to use your brain also, right? But it's not difficult. We have some standard. So why not you solve this problem you solve? If you can see you can solve the problem, then you can definitely solve the problem, whatever you will get in the class test or quiz. For the quiz, I make it simple, okay? I make it simple. So, but for the test, it's common for all. So we have to maintain the standard. So there I cannot help. Okay. Can you open attendance back? Oh, yeah, I can open attendance back. Okay, so that will be the end of my lecture here. I don't know who is this. You see my section 3, there is a one student differently added. I need to raise this issue. Anyway, if you are section 3, just add it. Then if they fix the situation, that will, sorry, I will share again, wait. That will take your attendance back. Okay, just hold on. Section. Okay, so that's all for me. Just scan and then I will sign out. All the best. Okay. So the class test will be next week. Okay, next week. And one more thing I want to discuss that because the first class is 1 hour. Okay, so I cannot explain everything in 1 hour. So it's opposite. So what I'm planning that I took the class maybe evening or whenever you are free, maybe at night time, maybe after Maghrib or something. Because suddenly when I explain, then 10 o'clock you have to go, and then if I explain the half part before the quiz, you cannot follow, right? Even I explain everything in the videos, but you must practice like this. So what I will do, I will may ask you to practice what I did now. So why not we meet in different day, maybe on the same day, maybe evening time or night time. So I will not take the class at that time then. So I shift the class maybe after Maghrib or 7 to 9. We just practice like that, okay? It just like informally we just practice. That will be helpful for you. And then for the next class, I will just take the quiz, okay? Not 2 hour like today. I will take just the quiz, so I will not go through the details. So I will explain everything in the video, and we do some calculation when we meet 2 hours, and not 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hours should be okay, or 1 hour should be okay. Then I just take the quiz. Okay, so let me know how you think about that. Okay, we just shift the class on which day we have. So on at night. Then whenever everyone is free, because for this one you need to practice. Okay, and then for the Thursday class, I just take the quiz. No 2 hour class. I think that's fair enough. So normally last semester also I did the same. Okay, so I took the classes at night whenever the students are free, relaxed, not too much formal. Okay, then they can concentrate also. Okay, this is section 4. Anyone left? Yeah. Okay, so probably next week I will shift the class at night. Okay, I will reassign the schedule. Okay, and let you know. Okay, done. Still scanning.
Done, Doctor.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye.